We like to believe that technology follows a straight line, that progress begins in the modern world and moves forward with logic, science, and time. But the ancient world refuses to play by our rules. From batteries buried in clay jars to surgical tools found in Bronze Age tombs, some technologies seem far too advanced for their time. They defy explanation. They rewrite timelines. Were these anomalies the result of lost knowledge? Pure genius? Or did civilizations know more than we ever imagined? In this video, we explore 10 ancient technologies that shouldn't have existed, inventions that challenge what we think we know about history. Brace yourself for mysteries carved in stone, circuits made in clay, and machines built before machines were ever imagined. And if you love ancient secrets and impossible engineering, don't forget to like the video and subscribe before someone buries your curiosity in the sands of time. The Baghdad Battery is one of the strangest archaeological discoveries ever unearthed. In the 1930s, workers near Baghdad uncovered clay jars containing copper cylinders and iron rods, materials that, when combined with vinegar or lemon juice, could produce a mild electrical charge. Dated to around 200 BC, these objects predate modern batteries by over 2,000 years. Were they used for electroplating? Medicinal purposes? Ritualistic shocks? No one knows for certain. Skeptics argue they were just storage vessels. But when replicas were made and tested, they generated electricity enough to baffle historians and tinkerers alike. What's more puzzling is why such a technology would exist at all in the ancient world. There's no surviving record of widespread electrical use. No tools. No explanations. Just silence and speculation. The Baghdad Battery may not light up cities, but it lights up the imagination, and that might be its greatest charge of all. The Antikythera Mechanism is often called the world's first analog computer, and it came from a shipwreck. Discovered in 1901 off the coast of Antikythera, Greece, this bronze device stunned scientists. With dozens of interlocking gears and inscriptions, it could track planetary movements, predict eclipses, and even calculate the timing of ancient Olympic Games. The mechanism dates to the 2nd century BC, but no other device of comparable complexity would appear for another 1,400 years. Using advanced X-ray scanning, researchers found it was powered by a hand crank and displayed a model of celestial motion with mathematical precision. How could ancient Greeks build such a thing without modern tools? No similar devices from that era have been found. It stands alone, an orphan of genius. Was it the work of one incredible mind? Or the last remnant of a lost scientific tradition? Whatever the truth, the Antikythera Mechanism proves the ancient world was calculating far more than we ever imagined. Roman concrete, known as opus cementitium, is a lost recipe that still holds modern engineers in awe. While today's concrete crumbles in a few decades, Roman structures like the Pantheon and aqueducts have stood for over 2,000 years. The secret? A mixture of volcanic ash, lime, and seawater that forms a crystalline structure over time. Recent studies showed that Roman concrete actually gets stronger the longer it interacts with moisture. Modern engineers still can't fully replicate its durability. The Romans didn't just make concrete, they made it self-healing. The most incredible part? We lost the formula. When the Roman Empire fell, so too did the knowledge of how to make buildings that could stand for millennia. We have skyscrapers. They had immortality in stone. The Nimrud lens, also known as the layered lens, is a small, polished piece of crystal discovered in the ruins of ancient Assyria, dated to around 750 BC. Roughly oval in shape, this piece of rock crystal has a slight magnifying effect. While initially dismissed as a decorative object, some scholars believe it may have functioned as a simple magnifying glass or even part of a primitive telescope. Imagine ancient artisans examining fine details on carvings, or scholars using it to study celestial bodies. It hints at optical knowledge we rarely attribute to Mesopotamian cultures. If it was indeed used for magnification, then the implications are staggering: vision-enhancing technology more than 2,500 years ago. Was it a fluke? A lucky accident? Or a glimpse into a forgotten scientific discipline of the ancient Near East? One small lens. One big question. The stone spheres of Costa Rica, also called Las Bolas, are perfectly round granite orbs scattered across the Damascus Delta. Some are as small as a baseball, others weigh up to 16 tons. Carved by the Damascus culture between 600 and 1000 AD, these spheres are remarkably smooth and symmetrical, achieved without metal tools or modern equipment. But why were they made? Some were aligned astronomically, others found in clusters or straight lines, buried in layers of earth. Their purpose remains a mystery. Theories range from navigation markers and social status symbols to celestial models or even elements of lost knowledge. What makes them truly incredible isn't just their perfection, but their isolation. No other ancient culture in the Americas produced anything quite like them. They're heavy, mysterious, and impossible to ignore, perfect symbols of ancient precision hiding in plain sight. The Piri Reis map, drawn in 1513 by the Ottoman Admiral Piri Reis, is a stunning piece of cartographic history. But the real mystery? It appears to depict parts of the world no one in that era should have known. It accurately outlines the coastlines of South America, the west coast of Africa, and even what some claim is Antarctica without ice. This part, if true, would suggest knowledge of a continent buried under glaciers for thousands of years. Piri Reis himself claimed his map was based on ancient charts, some from the time of Alexander the Great. But how could those maps contain such precise data, possibly even aerial or satellite-level perspectives? Skeptics argue it's coincidence or misinterpretation. Others believe it's evidence of forgotten global navigation techniques or contact between civilizations long before Columbus. The lines are clean. The coastlines are correct. And the questions are endless. Who drew the originals? And how much of our history has been mischarted? Damascus steel was the supermaterial of the ancient world, blades forged so sharp they could split hairs and so strong they could bend without breaking. Warriors who wielded them were feared across continents. Originating as early as 300 BC, this steel was forged in the Middle East using wood steel imported from India. But the secret wasn't just in the ingredients, it was in the forging technique. True Damascus steel had a distinct watered pattern, a swirling visual signature of strength. Its microscopic carbon nanotube structures made it far superior to other weapons of its time. What's most incredible? We lost the recipe. By the 18th century, the process had disappeared, and modern metallurgists still struggle to replicate it exactly. Today's science is only now uncovering the molecular intricacies of a technique developed centuries ago by blacksmiths with no microscopes, just instinct and mastery. Damascus steel wasn't just metal, it was myth in physical form. Greek fire was the flamethrower of the ancient world, a weapon so terrifying it could ignite on water and cling to anything it touched. It turned naval battles into infernos. First used by the Byzantine Empire in the 7th century, Greek fire was launched from pressurized siphons and burned with an intensity that couldn't be extinguished with water. Its exact chemical formula remains completely lost. Some theorize it used petroleum, quicklime, or sulfur, but nothing has successfully recreated the weapon's unique properties, not even with modern chemistry. The Byzantines guarded the formula like nuclear secrets. It was passed down orally, never written, and lost when the empire fell. What's chilling is that this wasn't just a weapon, it was psychological warfare. Enemies feared it. Survivors fled it. It gave Byzantium an edge for centuries. Greek fire wasn't just ahead of its time, it still haunts military science today. The trilithon of Baalbek refers to 3 colossal stone blocks in Lebanon, each weighing around 800 to 1,000 tons, used in the base of the Temple of Jupiter in the ancient city of Heliopolis. To this day, no one knows how they were transported, lifted, or aligned with such precision. There are no written records. No cranes. No pulleys strong enough. Just stone so massive it dwarfs even the megaliths of Stonehenge. Some theorists suggest a lost technology. Others propose advanced knowledge of leverage and manpower. But the truth is, we still can't move them easily today with modern equipment. Adding to the mystery, nearby lies the stone of the pregnant woman, an unfinished megalith weighing over 1,200 tons, abandoned mid-quarry as if the builders suddenly vanished. Why build so large? How? And for whom? The trilithon doesn't just defy physics, it defies our understanding of ancient ambition. The Giants' Tombs of Sardinia, or Tomb dei Giganti, are mysterious megalithic structures scattered across the island, built by the Nuragic civilization over 3,000 years ago. Each tomb features a massive upright stone facade, curved like the prow of a ship, with central entryways flanked by monolithic slabs. Some tombs stretch over 100 feet, far larger than any normal burial site. Legend says they were built for giants, and while that's mythology, their size and construction raise real questions. Why so massive? For whom? No written records survive, and the builders left behind no explanations. Yet they aligned many tombs astronomically, suggesting a culture with advanced architectural knowledge and deep spiritual intent. Skeptics call them oversized family tombs. Others believe they hint at a lost chapter of prehistory. Whether housing bones or beliefs, these structures whisper of giant ideas carved in ancient stone. Beyond the artifacts, we've just scratched the surface of what ancient technology may have once achieved. These 10 wonders challenge our timelines, our assumptions, and maybe even our imagination. But history doesn't end here. For every tool unearthed, there's another waiting to be discovered, lost in deserts, buried in ruins, or hiding in plain sight. If this journey through forgotten genius fascinated you, there's more. Click on the next video to dive deeper into hidden civilizations, unsolved mysteries, and the truth behind ancient innovation. Don't just study history, question it. And remember, sometimes, the past is more advanced than the future ever expected.